The Cold War also saw a new generation of weapons and espionage. In America, a top-secret project, the Manhattan Project, was made to develop the world's first nuclear bomb. While it succeeded, the Russians had to embed themselves in the work. One of the scientists that worked on the Manhattan Project was named Klaus Fudge. The US eventually deciphered the Venona cables, the coded messages sent to the Soviet Union. They questioned Klaus Fudge, later arresting him for giving information about a high-explosive lens mold to a Soviet spy. When Fudge was in custody, he told the FBI about a man named Harry Gold. Gold later gave the FBI a voluntary confession. He told them of a soldier who paid him $500 in Los Alamos for the sketches that Fudge provided. Despite the little detail that Gold could offer about the soldier, the FBI discovered David Greenglass. Greenglass cooperated with the FBI. He told them of his brother-in-law and called him a Soviet spy. With these accusations, the FBI questioned Julius Rosenberg, but he denied all the accusations and called Greenglass a liar. Yet, in mid-July of 1950, when more of the details about Julius' espionage activities were uncovered, Julius was arrested. It was discovered that Julius was in contact with a woman named Elizabeth Bentley, most commonly known as the Red Spy Queen. Through Elizabeth Bentley, Julius was able to communicate with the chief of KGB's American operations, Jacob Golos. The FBI had some trouble charging Ethel Rosenberg with something, but eventually they managed to legally arrest her on August 11, 1950. On March 1951, the trial for the Rosenbergs and Morton Sobel began. All the defendants were charged for espionage, which is a capital crime. The first witness was Max Elcher, a former acquaintance of the Rosenbergs, and he provided virtually everything about the case against Morton Sobel. The second witness was David Greenglass. He testified to his passing sketches of the high-explosive lens mold. David Greenglass was temporarily replaced by an atomic energy commissioned physicist to explain the significance of the sketches that David Greenglass showed. The third witness was Ruth Greenglass, David's wife. She testified on how Julius Rosenberg constantly asked her if her husband would be willing to provide information on the Manhattan Project. The fourth witness was Harry Gold. He testified of never meeting either of the Rosenbergs, but told of his meeting with the chief of KGB's U.S. spy operation. The fifth and final witness was Ben Schneider. He testified that the Rosenbergs had recently ordered 3 dozen passport-type photos in the Photoshop that he owned. The only witnesses called up by the defense were Julius and Ethel Rosenberg, who both pleaded the fifth to all the questions, calling their crime worse than murder and blaming them for 50,000 lives of U.S. citizens in Korea. Judge Irving Kaufman sentenced both the Rosenbergs to death by the electric chair and a 30-year sentence for Morton Sobel. The problem with the atomic weapons did not go away. In fact, it would get worse.